Hi there, my name is Samuel, and today we shall be taking a look at the 70653 Firstbourne, which was from 2018. I can't believe it. We're getting to the point, this is like nearly 3 years old, well, technically. Still got like 7 months till that happens, but still, this does contain 882 pieces, 6 minifigures, and did originally retail for £60, $70, and €70. And honestly, this is such a good Ninjago Dragon. And yeah, I think it is definitely one of the best Ninjago Dragons. And as one of my commenters, thank you for this comment, this is such a good statement. This ended up overshadowing the J Stormbringer, which I never thought of it that way until he commented that, and I completely agree. It definitely did overshadow that dragon. But yeah, you can see Firstbourne. Honestly, it is just such a humongous dragon. It's so hard. Like, I hope the thumbnail looks good. Actually, this might even be a better shot. I'm still working out the thumbnail because it's such a huge set. But there you can see we have Firstbourne. We have the helicopter, which should have what do you call him? Iron Baron should be hanging off the side. So the fact you don't get him is a little bit weird. But yeah, there you can see the Firstbourne, which honestly is such an incredible build. So let's take a look at the minifigures, then the helicopter, then the Firstbourne itself. So starting off with Kai and Colt from Hunted. Here you can see what they look like, which we've taken a look at these, I believe, in a couple of videos. I'm not sure. That's Cole. What other? He comes in a couple other sets. Maybe he's... No, I think the other set I reviewed him, I think, come in the big set, so I may not have actually taken a look at him. But anyway, here you can see Colt and Kai, which honestly look really awesome. And straight off the bat, I want to quickly just show you this hammer and explain to Colt what's going on. It's a bit weird. There's a bit of an error in this set. So you can see the hammer, the top of it is accurate. The handle isn't. But anyway, if you look at his helmet, right, you can see it's gold. It shouldn't actually be gold. It's meant to be orange. But the thing is, for this set, and it's literally only this set, they give you a gold one from the Lego Ninjago movie. It's just for this set. I honestly don't get why. There you can see Cole's printing, which looks pretty awesome. And then you can see on the back, you can see has the rip marks, which I think look really awesome. And I hope we get something like that for the season 14 Lloyd ones, whatever it will be named. And then here you can see Kai, which looks really awesome. He has the Dragon Blade, which again, I really like that piece. It is such a cool mold. I do wish that they could shorten those lengths that goes in a little bit, or just, I don't know, just find a way of just cleaning it up. Just that extra little slight detail would just make it all of the better, but still an incredible figure. Then you get Kai, basically the most accurate version you can get of Kai for this season. His outfit is accurate, no mistakes in giving him the wrong headband or anything, which is pretty awesome. They've actually done that there. You can see Kai's printing, which is really awesome, which I have to admit, like I said, I do like the look of it, and I like the fact that they've given these battle damaged outfits. I just think that they work so well. And then if we quickly remove that, you can see his back printing, which looks really awesome. There you can see that. So yeah, that is really awesome. And then you can see their face prints, which Kai looks really happy there, and Colt looks pretty happy. But then if you switch them around, they look a bit more angry, and that's mostly due to the fact they're being hunted by dragon hunters in a realm, in the first realm that they've never been to before. But yeah, that is Kai and Colt. Now let's take a look at the 4. Yes, you get 4 villain figures, or technically they're not villains, just 4 dragon hunters in this set. So then taking a look at the dragon hunters, but if we slide on down to the left, so first off, you can see we have Faith, or aka Heavy Metal, and then we have a Chew toy. So taking a look at these minifigures here, you can see what Faith looks like, which looks pretty awesome. We have this same, what do you want it, not a bowcast, that's Chewie's one, just this same weapon, which looks pretty awesome, that shoots the chain out. And then you have that hat, and then you can see you have the body printing, which looks really awesome there. You can see that, which is pretty awesome there. You can see all of the printing. And having a look at the back, for some reason with the Dragon Hunter minifigures, it just works out better if I actually show you them. But there you can see that, which is pretty awesome. And then taking a look at Chew toy, you can see he has this massive shield, which I think he definitely needed at least one new mold. A shield, yeah, I guess so. That's what I'm thinking here. A shield, maybe a new shield mold would have been better for him. But then also his body armor should just be covered in holes, because the idea of his name being Chew toy is that for some reason they literally throw him in the pit and he's like a chew toy for the dragons. So I don't really get why this is just like the old existing piece. I guess it did look like this in Ninjago canon most probably before, but we never got to see that. But there you can see Chew Toy, which is pretty awesome with the printing, so that is pretty cool. And then you can see Muzzle, guys, which we won't show his printing because body printing, he has literally got the same body printing as Chew Toy and Heavy Metal. And there you can see Muzzle, which looks pretty awesome. You have the printing there, is that face print. And then finally we do have Jet Jack, who is a pretty awesome minifigure, I have to admit. But as you can see, she has different printing. It's good that they at least give you one Dragon Hunter. That is the thing about Dragon Hunters and figures in recent years. There's so many more variants of villains, like just slight alterations in their outfits that Lego just don't bother to do. Like the Munts and the Geckos, I think, were underdone really of minifigures. There you can see that, and there you can see the back, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, those are the minifigures, which are again pretty awesome. Like I said, there you can see Jet Jack's jetpack, which is pretty awesome. But now let's take a look at the little side builds and the main build of the set itself. As you can see, this set does include two little side builds, which one is like a shrine or something of that, which you get in basically most sets. I prefer, as I've said before, to keep them as scenery, because I just think they look a lot better without the accessories, and you get a bit of the armor. And then taking a look at the helicopter. So we'll actually take a look at this. So here you can see what the helicopter looks like, which honestly, it looks pretty awesome. It's quite a messy build. A messy build is a term that I've used quite a lot in these reviews, because the idea of them is that they're meant to be just scraps of metal, sheet, cloth, everything, just kind of crammed together to make something, which honestly, I think is great. I don't think it's a bad idea. Here you can see that 2x sticker, which is pretty nice, I have to admit. Then taking a look at the front of this, there you can see what it looks like, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, you can see there's some skeleton hands, and you can just see what the side looks like. And yeah, it's quite off balance as well, because you can see it's kind of all held on by that. You've literally got this whole bulky thing, 200 odd pieces I'd say, attached to that. So it's kind of a bit of a nightmare, I guess. It's like, just in the sense of how it looks down there, it just doesn't look the best, but still, it's fine. You have that 2x2 sticker, then you've got this grill and the back part of this, and yeah, you can see it has that massive part, which is really cool, that I believe they've used for cranes. You can see that we have the sticker there, which is pretty awesome. And then of course we've got the rotary blade, which is really awesome. And then we've also got this rotor blade at the top, which is cool. They also use that for the oh, I forgot, I still got to do the Titan mech review. Wow, actually, that reminded me, because that's what one of the swords are. You can see this engine, and yeah, it looks really cool, I have to admit. I don't think it's a bad design by any stretch of the imagination or word. It looks pretty awesome, and what we can do, you can see that there's 3 studs in there, which personally, I think that is one of the better things that they've done here, just because of the fact you can kind of just make sure that the figure is actually in there, which is cool. And there you can see we have Muzzle sitting in there, which is pretty awesome. You've got 2 stud shooters on the side, some teeth here, and that is the what do you call it, the I don't know, the Dragon Hunter's helicopter, which is pretty cool. And the idea, Iron Baron can just stand on the side, or you can put like his hook in there or something like that to help him attach. But yeah, that is what that looks like, which is pretty awesome. You can see the rotor blades are not the best, they're a bit weak, to be honest. Just looking at it, it's kind of wobbly, like you can just tell that yeah, it's a bit wobbly. And then taking a look at this, which is pretty awesome, I have to admit. I don't mind this at all. It looks pretty cool. You can see we just have this build here, which is pretty awesome, I have to admit. I do like the look of that. You can see the back of it, which looks pretty awesome, and the front of it, which also looks pretty awesome. And yeah, you can see you have the helmet, which I actually had the studs on the wrong place where the shield was, which was quite funny. I didn't even realise. I thought it was missing, then I noticed it, and I was like, yeah, that'll be it. But yeah, there you can see the shield, which is pretty awesome. I do like the look of that shield. It is a great piece. And then you got the helmet, which is pretty awesome too. And yeah, that's basically all the builds, well, the side builds, you know, yeah. So that is what they look like. They are pretty cool. I'll click that together. You can see we have a little shrub from Minecraft. But yeah, now let's take a look at Firstbourne. So taking a look at Firstbourne, honestly, it is such a big dragon, so it's going to be quite a hard one to take a look at. But anyway, we will start off with the legs. So starting off at the front left, you can see we have this sticker, which is a 2x3 sticker, which works pretty well, I have to admit. I do like that sticker. I think it looks great with just all of like the what do you want to call it, the scowl detailing. And then you can see it works its way up the leg, and you can see there's lots of curves on this dragon, which honestly is so cool. And sorry that was attached, the wing was hitting my camera. But then you can see we have our Technic hull here, which is really annoying, I would say, really, because you don't notice it, but when you look at it here, you're like, oh, that looks a bit not the best. But anyway, there you can see it has the mustard yellow and it goes down, which looks pretty cool. You can see that there. Then moving on to this back leg, you can definitely see an issue that with its legs. I'll show you that. I'll actually explain it fully in a minute. You can see the scout sticker again, and then you can see the curve again. If we move up here, you can see it there, which looks really cool. And yeah, that is the issue, guys. The joints are, I don't know, are just so weak on this set. I don't know if it was my copy, and it's been like this since the beginning. It's just been getting, well, just worse over time. It's really hard to get it just to stand up. But yeah, you can see we have all of these curves, which work really well. And then we have this leg, which is pretty cool with the 2x3. Sorry, that is the 2x2. So I think you get like four of those, and then you get 2 of these 2x3 versions, which look really cool. You can see the curves. We go up the body again, and then you can see we have this one here and this one, which is cool that they try to like cover the some of the gaps up. It's good that they do that. Then you got this other sticker, which looks pretty awesome, and if we move the chains out of the way, there you can see we do have that sticker, which is pretty awesome. I have to admit, it looks great, and this area just in general looks so good on the dragon. There you can see a bit of blue, but this area just looks so just rounded off really well, and you can see those how those are attached. But yeah, that is basically the underside of the dragon, and yeah, you can definitely see this is an issue. Look, the dragon just doesn't stand up. This is the biggest issue that I've had with Firstbourne. He just doesn't stand up, and there you can see like the underside, what all the detailing looks like, which is awesome. And then the towel, which actually I can show you the towel now as it's technically on the ground. There you can see the towel, which looks pretty awesome. I have to admit, I do like all of the detailing on that, but it's basically just the same section with a little bit at the end added, and that chunk starting it off. And then of course it has got the swinging feature, because that's sort of when they started, and you can just swing them like that. But yeah, that is sort of the legs of the dragon. And yeah, so this is like an issue, as I've just said. The dragon doesn't ever stand up properly, so you have to kind of get him, well, there's not even a way really how to like get it to stand up, because it kind of just keeps falling down. So you sort of have to make sure they're like the same. Then you have to like reposition the back ones, and okay, so it's actually stood up. That is actually a better run than it's generally been. I generally would edit that out, but I think it actually went all right. Like, I've had it times where for the life of me, it's just not stood up. I remember building it, and I was like really excited. Yeah, it was great to get it built. And like 3 seconds later, it just come crashing down because it just couldn't. I don't know. I think it's too bulky for a dragon. All of the bulk's just in the front area, and I think it just really weighs it down, which is quite annoying, I have to admit. There you can see we have this 2x2, which is actually on that curved element, and it is actually a print, which is really awesome to see. You can see the head, which the head, I have to admit, looks really awesome. Looking at it from that angle, it looks great. Like, all the texturing and all the detail is honestly incredible. There you can see the other eye, which they actually are different, because printed for the left and the right. And then opening the mouth, you can see that, which honestly, that just looks really cool. And you can see it has like these horns up here, which are pretty awesome. And yeah, just the issue of this dragon, there's so many parts that are posable. It's just really hard to get it in like the perfect position, because there's something always moving. You've then got the seating area, which is pretty awesome. You can see we have these minecart track pieces, which I have to admit, for me, who's not a Minecraft Lego collector, it was really, really, really cool to see those pieces. It was good to get them. So yeah, that I think looks pretty cool. I do like the seat saddle area, which honestly, it does look really awesome. And you can, of course, fit one ninja there, or one character. The main character who's meant to be sitting there is, of course, Wu. But for some reason, they don't give you that Wu in this set, which is understandable. I get that. But then they put Kai. But just because he's the red ninja, it doesn't mean he's a dragon. Like, yeah. That's a tad annoying that I've noticed that with dragons. They always assume, like, with the sets, like, whatever, like, colour of the dragon is, it associates to the ninja. Like, the white one could have been Zane's or Wu's, and they're just like, oh, it's Wu's, when it's called Wu's Battle Dragon, when it's actually Chompy. So, bit of a weird thing I've noticed there, but honestly, it is fine. There you can see Kai. And then taking a look at the wings, guys, these are the plastic ones, which honestly, these are a bit of a mess, because they're just really hard to get. I don't know what it is, the positioning of these just doesn't work out as well. And I have rebuilt this, I have checked it. There's nothing wrong with the way I've built it, it's just how it is, unless I got bigger wings made. You never know, there might have been like an error with mine. I did get it on pretty much close to release, so maybe it was one of those issues. There you can see that wing, which is pretty awesome. And then here you can see the back of it, which is pretty awesome. You can see like the curve, which works pretty well, I have to admit. But yeah, I think it's one of those dragons. It's one of my favourite dragons. But the thing that I think really puts it lower down on my ranking is just I don't know, the build just feels a bit sloppy. Like the wings don't work too well, and just the whole idea of like the legs just doesn't go with anything, you know. It just keeps falling over. Like there's no dragon that's meant to be falling over 24/7. Like that's the new elemental master of clumsiness. That would definitely be me. But all jokes aside, yeah, it's really annoying that they have to do that. So yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a great dragon, but the more I look at it, the more I think the reason I don't think it's might end up being pushed out of my top 5 is the fact that it's just not a stable dragon at all. You can see it's just an absolute mess, really, trying to get this to like work and all of that. But anyway, here is the feature. As you just saw those 2 clips while I was talking, yeah, what you do, simply just press your thumb on either one of them or both of them, and it does flap his wings, which is pretty awesome. There you can see Firstbourne flapping its wings, which is really awesome. But yeah, that is Firstbourne, which honestly, it just ends up looking like a heap. And I'm sorry if this has turned out a bit, yeah, if it's just turned out a bit not the best review, because I'm sorry, guys, because you can see it. And guys, my apologies if this has not been the best review and it seems a bit clumsy, because it's really hard. This dragon, I don't get it. It's just so hard to pose it. It just keeps falling down. It doesn't want to work with me. It's not a good actor. It really isn't. But you can see there's a clip there, which what you can do, you can just attach one of the hooks on from the grapple, which is pretty cool. So you can do that. But then again, this is just great. Once you've got it fixed on a display, never touch it, never move it. And if you're a kid, or if you're like maybe thinking of getting this for a child, I wouldn't recommend it. It just absolutely just falls down all the time. So there we have it, guys. I hope you did enjoy this review. The issue with this dragon, it just falls down so often. It's really hard because as you saw as I was doing it, it just kept going down and down and down. So yeah, honestly, guys, it's a great dragon. I don't know if I can recommend it. It's one of my favorite aesthetically looking dragons. It's a great Ninjago set. But then again, you have these legs that won't stand up. So I don't know if I can recommend it. Being honest, guys, unless you're a hard Ninjago collector or you like this and you're prepared for the trouble it's going to cause you, go for it. If you don't want the aggro of having to like keep sorting it out and doing all of that, yeah, don't, because it is honestly a nightmare. But yeah, that is what I think of this set, guys. It's aesthetically looks amazing. Helicopter is great. But the idea of the dragon falling down is actually just a pain. Honestly, it's so annoying. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope to see you in tomorrow's video. I'll see you there. Bye for now.